Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Yulianti Putri with student number 12350303129 from 4th V. In this video, I would like to explain the translation process of my final assignment for the Translation Indonesia to English course. So, for this task, I choose an article titled Bahasa dan Kebudayaan Indonesia sebagai Penjaga Identitas dan Warisan Generasi, published on ganta.com. And the article consists of approximately 500 words in Indonesian, and it discusses the role of language and culture in preserving identity and generational heritage in Indonesia. In translating this article, I applied several translation strategies. There are literal translation, loanword or borrowing, descriptive translation, equivalence, and addition. I used these strategies to maintain the meaning of the source text while ensuring that the translation remains natural and acceptable in English. Disclaimer: in this video, I will not explain the translation process per sentence or per paragraph. Instead, I will explain it by focusing on the translation strategies I applied, along with several important examples from the text to illustrate those strategies. So, the first example of literal translation. So, from the text, in this sentence, bahasa adalah medium utama yang tidak hanya digunakan untuk berkomunikasi, tetapi juga untuk mengungkapkan identitas dan warisan budaya. It translated literally into language is the primary medium not only used for communication but also for expressing identity and cultural heritage. I choose literal translation here because the sentence structure and meaning can be directly transferred into English without altering the message or causing awkwardness in the target language. The grammar and logical sequence between source and target text are equivalent, so there is no need for restructuring or adaptation. So why not other strategies? Because there's no cultural term, idea, or wordplay that requires an adjustment. If I use paraphrasing or descriptive translation, it would make the sentence unnecessarily long and redundant. Next, in the sentence, Salah satu contoh nyata adalah upacara ngaben di Bali, sebuah ritual kremasi yang menggambarkan keyakinan dan nilai-nilai spiritual masyarakat Bali mengenai kehidupan dan kematian. It translated into one clear example is ngaben ceremony in Bali, a cremation ritual that reflects the spiritual belief and values of Balinese society regarding life and death. For the cultural term ngaben, I use loanword strategy by retaining the word ngaben in the target text. Then, I applied descriptive translation by adding a cremation ritual that reflects Balinese spiritual beliefs. This is because ngaben is a specific cultural term in Balinese tradition that has no direct equivalent in English. Replacing it with cremation ceremony alone would lose its cultural identity. By retaining the original term and adding a short explanation, I preserve both the cultural meaning and provide clarity for international readers. So, because ngaben as a term doesn't exist in English, literal translation would fail to communicate its cultural significance. Next example, we are back to the top. In the sentence, dalam budaya Jawa, penggunaan tika tutur ini sangat penting dalam menjaga hubungan sosial dan menunjukkan penghormatan, sebuah nilai budaya yang telah diwariskan turun-menurun. It translated, in Japanese culture, the use of the speech level is very important in maintaining social relationship and showing respect. Cultural values that have been passed down from the generation to generation. For this sentence, I use equivalence. For the idiomatic expression turun-temurun, I translated it as passed down from generation to generation. I applied the equivalence strategy because these English idioms convey the same meaning as turun-menurun in a way that is natural and familiar for English-speaking readers. It's a commonly used expression in English for something inherited or continued over time. So, why not a literal translation? Literal translation like descended continually or inherited continually would sound unnatural and awkward in English. So that's why I use equivalent in this sentence. We are moved to the next sentence. Here, in the sentence, dalam kebudayaan Minangkabau, misalnya konsep adat basandi, syaro basandi kitabullah. Adat bersandi syariat, syariat bersandi kitabullah, menunjukkan bagaimana adat istiadat agama Islam terintegrasi erat dan hal ini tercermin dalam bahasa dan pepatah yang digunakan sehari-hari. It literally translated into, in Minangkabau culture, for instance, the concept of adat basandi syaro basandi kitabullah, custom based on Islamic law, Islamic based on the Quran, shows how traditional custom and Islam are deeply integrated, and this is reflected in everyday language and proverb. So I choose a loan word and descriptive translation for this sentence. Why? For the cultural expression adat basandi syaro basandi kitabullah, I kept it in its original form using the loan word strategy and followed it with descriptive translation as custom based on Islamic law based on the Quran. I choose this combination because this Minangkabau cultural concept has no equivalent in English or Western culture. If translated literally or adapted, the cultural richness and religious integration reflected in the term would be lost. By retaining it and adding an explanation, readers can appreciate both the uniqueness of the culture and its meaning. So, next, or the next sentence. Misalnya, inisiatif seperti program belajar bahasa daerah yang digagas oleh Kementerian Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan memanfaatkan teknologi untuk mengajarkan bahasa daerah kepada generasi muda melalui aplikasi dan platform daring. It translated into, for example, initiatives such as the Belajar Bahasa Daerah, Learning Regional Languages program initiated by the Ministry of Education and Culture utilize technology to teach regional languages to younger generation through apps and online platforms. Here, the sentence applies the loan word strategy also because it the name of an official program and should be maintained for authenticity. I use the edition strategy to provide clear context for international readers unfamiliar with this program. So for the belajar bahasa daerah, I kept it as belajar bahasa daerah, then added a brief explanation, a program initiated by the Ministry of Education and Culture. Yeah. So that might be the example that I can explain in this video, and mostly in translating this article I use literal translation for almost of the text. So the biggest challenge in this translation was preserving cultural identity and local wisdom without making the English text sound awkward or too foreign. I handled this by selectively choosing between loan-word descriptive translation or addition for cultural terms, while using literal translation for general information that could be naturally transferred into English. So that is my detailed translation process for this article. I hope this explanation help illustrate how I apply different translation strategies to maintain both accuracy and naturalness in the target language. Okay, thank you for watching.